Hi, this is Jace Gordon Artole here with a manga review. Today's manga I'll be reviewing today, Guyu by Junji Ito. Guyu means fish in Japanese. This was first published by Shoujo from November 12, 2001 to April 15, 2002, then republished by Viz Media in April 21st, 2015. This is the first horror manga I read by Junji Ito, and I didn't like it. While I like the art style in the manga, like it's very well drawn. I like the design of the walking machines and the horrific things that it does to both animals and people. I thought it had some really interesting ideas. There's some really creepy, disturbing, and some scary scenes in the manga. However, I felt the my biggest problem with this manga was its plot was very weak. It felt like there was no direction to go in. Like I like the idea that Junji Ito has in Guyu, but the plot just goes nowhere. The plot doesn't move any interesting directions. The characters just kind of like wander around doing nothing really much to escape or try to stop these monstrosities that are attacking Japan and stuff. They don't do anything, and there was really no characters that I didn't like or root for, and the main character's girlfriend was absolutely just annoying, and the main character was just also, I felt like he's like a clueless idiot. He doesn't know what to do half the time. He makes some really poor decisions along with many other characters in this manga. So I'll explain more of my review, but this was not a good read. I have been told by fans of Junji Ito that his more better works are Spiral, Tomi, and I've been told that his collection of short stories is also good, which I also have on my shelf behind me. So I definitely will read those and hopefully I'll enjoy those. But yeah, my first manga by Junji Ito was not that good, so I am hoping that I will enjoy his later stuff. And as I said, I'll explain more in my review and the many problems I had with Guyu. All right, on to the review, and spoiler alert, I will be giving away crucial details within the story. Plot: Tadashi and his girlfriend Kurori are out at sea close by to Okinawa. Tadashi is scuba diving when he discovers a sunken ship, then something swims by very fast. He is unable to see what it is, but when sharks appear, Tadashi quickly swims back to the boat and Kurori pulls him aboard. They return to shore and go home, but there's an awful smell in the air, which Kurori complains to her boyfriend to get rid of the smell, which drives her crazy, causing Kurori to take multiple showers as her whining is really annoying Tadashi. After getting into an argument over the smell, Tadashi leaves to go buy air fresheners while Kairi takes another shower. However, she hears something moving inside the bathroom. When she goes to investigate it, she screams. When Tadashi returns home, the smell is so bad he begins to gag. He calls out to his girlfriend and finds her lying naked on the floor in shock. Tadashi hears something moving around the house. He follows the noises that lead to the bathroom, and something runs by him as it hides behind a nightstand. He pushes it into the wall, crushing the thing that ran by him. However, when Tadashi pulls the nightstand back, he is shocked to find a fish with metal legs attached under its belly, and it's the source of the bad smell. He takes it outside and wraps it in a garbage bag, but it's still moving. He crushes it with a rock and goes to check on his girlfriend as she has a bad fever. He wants to keep the fish believing they might have discovered a new species, but Kurori demands he get rid of it at once. Just as Tadashi goes to do this, he discovers it's gone but returns to the house as he tries killing it when it chases his girlfriend to the beach. However, as he tries to find it, he sees more fish with legs moving around him. Tadashi and Kurori return home. The next day, Tadashi tries explaining to an officer what happened last night, but he doesn't believe his story as Kara refuses to prove his story, feeling angry over him for not caring about her and only looking for the fish. Meanwhile, a fishing boat captures several fish with metal legs on them. The crew attacks them as they all flee back into the sea. A family is out at the beach when they see a shark fin in the water. The parents call their children back, but to their horror, the shark fin is moving towards them. Suddenly, a great white shark emerges out in the water and has metal legs along with tubes attached to it. The shark kills the family on the beach. Just as Tadashi is checking on his girlfriend, she is still complaining about the smell and goes to check what's causing it, only to find a great white shark walking next to his house when its face covered in fresh blood. The shark rams its body through the sliding glass door and chases after Tadashi and Kururi through the house, squeezing its big body through the tight hallways as it reaches the top floor and breaks through the, the bedroom they are hiding in. Tadashi attempts to fight it, but it knocks him down as it runs out the window and falls to its death. At the same time, more fish and other sea creatures with metal legs are evading Okawawa. Two police officers are trying to fight the walking fish when a hammerhead shark appears. The officer draws his sidearm and shoots it, but his shot doesn't stop it as it bites into the officer, killing him. The sun invasion makes the news as the Japanese Defense Force is called in to deal with the threat of walking fish. Fleeing their home, the couple goes to Tokyo. However, Kururi's insanity becomes worse to the point where she refuses to leave her room, causing further problems with Tadashi. He goes to visit his uncle, Dr. Koyanagi, and explains what's happened in Okawa as he's been so busy working he hasn't heard the news of what's going on. Dr. Koyanagi wants to examine one of these walking fish. When Tadashi goes to check on his girlfriend, she has a nervous breakdown and flees the apartment room. Tadashi manages to catch up with her and sees a floating bag with the walking fish they saw earlier. It chases after Kururi into an alleyway as its pointed metal leg causes the bag to pop and falls on the pavement. Its body is fully rotten, but the metal legs are still moving. Tadashi takes it to his uncle in a new garbage bag, but warns the smell is awful. Dr. Koyanagi cuts open the bag and agrees it does smell awful. He examines it further in the night while the couple is able to get some rest. However, as Dr. Koyanagi tries cleaning the body of the fish, he discovers a machine-like device was attached under the fish. As he goes to pick it up, it suddenly attaches itself to its arm. Dr. Koyanagi is unable to remove it, forcing him to amputate it. While watching more of the news, Tadashi gets a call from his uncle as he wants to show him something. Kururi doesn't want to be left alone, so the two go to visit Dr. Koyanagi, where he reveals his father was a scientist for the Imperial Japanese Army. He discovered a germ that could infect a host and cause it to release toxic gas, which they plan to use against the Americans. However, Kuragi's father went further with this bioweapon. He created metal legs dubbed the walking machine, which moves on pistons and gears, and it's powered by the gas, allowing the host to move much faster and infect more people. Impressed with his results, the Army orders this new weapon to be shipped out to attack United States Army out in the Pacific. However, the ship carrying the weapon was sunken by a dive bomber, killing all the crew members but one. Koyanagi states this account is true and his father swore to it right up to his death. He believes what they're seeing is his father's experience. Koyanagi leaves as she is feeling sick but screams. They leave the room and go to check on Koyanagi as they find her passed out on the floor and see the severed arm of Dr. Koyanagi moving around. Tadashi's uncle explains the gas released a virus into the host as it will keep the body alive as it further infects its host. He also attached tubes to the walking machine to keep the gas from infecting anyone else. Tadashi is shocked as these machines can also infect humans if they attach to their bodies. The evasion is getting worse with more and more sea creatures appearing with the walking machines. Despite the efforts to block off all beaches, harbors, and ports from any more of these monsters from getting into Japan, more keep showing up with the news crew seeing a whale with massive legs walking onto shore. When Tadashi goes to check on his girlfriend, he discovers the source of the smell is from her as she's been infected, releasing more gas. Chaos erupts in Japan with the military trying to kill each monster. Tadashi takes his infected girlfriend to his uncle, hoping he can save her. While running through the streets of Tokyo, he is nearly killed by a shark as he's able to get it trapped in an alleyway and move around its legs. He reaches his uncle, who takes his girlfriend to the hospital. Trying to reach home, a squid tries dragging off Tadashi, but its tentacle snaps, causing him to fall into a storm drain. He awakens a month later as the invasion is only getting worse. Can the invasion of these monsters be stopped, or is it too late? Guyu is a shocking, disturbing, yet disappointing horror story. While it's highly detailed with scenery of Japan along with the haunting illustrations of the animals and people that become infected by the walking machine's gas and what it does to their bodies. However, what Guyu lacks is a plot, as I felt the story wasn't that interesting and at times was boring, waiting for mayhem and carnage to happen along with no likable characters. Kururi was one of the most annoying characters that I wanted her to die so badly as she won't shut the hell up. She kept complaining about the rotten smell throughout the manga, but nobody else is bothered by it. She was driving me up the wall every time the manga went back to her as she wouldn't shut up about the damn smell with her clueless boyfriend making some dumb and questionable choices, as I just hated these two characters so much. Dr. Koinagi makes terrible choices that lead to the fate of the human race to near extinction after being obsessed with his father's research and somehow built his own walking machines to cause more problems than trying to figure out how to defeat these things, along with other poor choices. My biggest problem with Guyu was the plot doesn't go anywhere, as Junji Ito doesn't add anything else to it or have these monsters do more. All the creatures, the walking machines, in fact, just move around through the streets of Japan, not really trying to kill anyone. When the humans become infected by the walking machines, all they do is just spread more gas that causes people's bodies to become overweight or look awful. There were several plot holes in the story as where are these walking machines coming from? Are they from the sunken ship or is someone building them? And where the hell is the military the whole time? There was very little scenes of soldiers fighting these monsters as they didn't try burning them or dropping bombs on them. I felt the Japanese government just kicked back or fled the country rather than taking action against this threat. And lastly, there were other parts of the story that I felt didn't go well, as it seems to have no direction, as it keeps wandering off and not focusing enough on the main plot or trying to improve it. If Junji Ito put more into the plot and had these creatures trying to kill people along with developing other weapons from the walking machines, would have made it more interesting and giving us a better cast of characters to follow along with a better ending, than I would have enjoyed Gayu. Overall, I don't recommend Giyu. While it has well-drawn illustrations, however, the plot isn't that good, and most, I think, would find it boring. Expecting more to happen within this manga, I'm sure you can find better horror novels about sea or killer creatures than this one. And that's for the view today. Yeah, I did not enjoy Giyu at all. I thought it's very well drawn. Like, Junji Ito is a very good artist. He draws very well. I like when we do see the walking machines and what they do to both humans and animals and stuff. It's really interesting, but that's it. Nothing else happens in this manga. It's just these things just walking around. The only time I see, people getting killed is when it's like sharks or something. That's it. There's no other creatures that try killing people. These things just move around. That's it. And then if the humans become infected, they just spread more gas that causes other people's bodies to become like imploded with like looks like all these sores on their bodies, and they're just spreading more gas. And for some reason, the main character is immune to all this, along with a few other people, and nothing else really happens. I was like really bored, and I was like, is anything gonna happen? No, nothing else happens, and I really dislike the characters. Like, I wish Gayu just had, like these, like the walking machines, like they have like weapons, like they attack people, they can, infect people by, like stinging them with stingers or injecting eggs in them. I don't know, just put more into it, to put more, put more into the story, so that way that these creatures can do more than just like moving around and stuff and looking creepy. Uh, and I absolutely hated all the characters. I disliked the couple that we follow in the manga. There, you got this boyfriend who's just a clueless idiot. He makes some of the absolute worst choices throughout the manga, and there were times I was literally getting mad at this character to the point where I wanted them both to die. Because, like, okay, can these two characters just die so I can follow a more likable character at this point? Because the boyfriend makes a lot of stupid, dumb choices that nearly cost him his life, and his girlfriend absolutely annoyed the absolute hell out of me. She won't shut the hell up about the smell. Like, this is like a running thing in this manga. Every time the manga goes back to her, the first words out of her mouth is the smell. The smell, the smell, the smell. And I'm like, shut the hell up already. I don't give a shit. I just wanted someone to kill this character. I was even hoping, can the boyfriend just like have like a breakdown and just strangle her to to shut her up, or can she get killed off by a creature or something? No, she's constant throughout this entire manga, and there's even a point where she becomes like a source of the gas. And the boyfriend, well, for actually, there's a scene where she tries to kill herself by jumping off a balcony, and the boyfriend stops her. She's like, "Don't worry, you're gonna be fine." Like, he's constantly assuring her she's gonna be fine, but throughout the manga she gets worse. Then she tries hanging herself, and then there's a point where her boyfriend tries to give her mouth to mouth to try to revive her, while she's spraying more of this gas, and he's like, I can't get any fresh air into her. Like, are you that stupid? there's just times I was really questioning these characters' actions. And then his uncle makes things even more worse when he decides to make more of these walking machines himself and just become part of it. I thought, what the hell are you doing? Aren't you going to try to figure out how to stop these things and, save Japan? Nope, he's more interested in building his own version. Like, what the hell is going on in this goddamn story? There no likable characters, and I'm asking myself, where's the military? Like, we do get scenes of soldiers, like, out patrolling the streets and a few fight scenes where they're trying to kill these things, but that's it. I thought, where's the military? Aren't they trying to destroy these things? Why don't they try flamethrowers to destroy the host of the body or drop bombs or something? It's like the government, it's like in the manga, the Japanese government just basically packs up their things and just gets the hell out of Japan when all this chaos is erupting, and rather than trying to deal with the situation, it's like they're not trying anything. It's like, what is going on in this story? I was just really disappointed. I thought, okay, I like the idea of the walking machines. I like the origin story of it. They had some really good scenes, but that's it. I just felt the story could have been so much better. There's no likable characters. I wish there was just a better cast of characters that we follow and root for, and a better ending, because the ending is left open ended. I thought, oh my goodness, this sucks. So I did not enjoy Gayu at all. As I said, I'm hoping that the other horror mangas by Junji Ito, Spyro, Tomy, or his short stories would be a lot better than this, because I did not enjoy this at all. I was really disappointed. I was expecting this to be like a really good, fun horror manga, but I was just disappointed with it. Alright, that's it for the graphic and manga review today. I hope you enjoyed it. And for my next book, I will begin reading The Satanic Verse by Salman Rushdie. This is a very thick book. This has been, yeah, it's thick. This has been sitting on my shelf for a very long time, so I decided to read some more kind of like urban fantasy novels on the channel. So I'm going to start with this one, and I'm very curious what it's going to be like. Alright, that's it for the review today. Hope you enjoyed it, and please don't forget to subscribe to October Live Review channel and the Facebook group of the same name. Please post a review of fiction. Until then, I'll catch you later.